Friends, gather around, for we must delve into the digital depths of Donald Trump's latest social media escapade. This time, it involves artificial intelligence, papal vestments, and a whole lot of controversy. You see, the former president, never one to shy away from the spotlight, shared an image of himself donning the Pope's signature attire, all thanks to the wonders of AI. Now, you might be thinking, John, AI-generated images are everywhere these days. What's the big deal? Well, dear viewers, the devil, as they say, is in the details. The image itself might seem like harmless fun at first glance, but context, my friends, is key. Trump posted this image just days after the passing of Pope Francis, in the midst of mourning and preparations for the upcoming papal conclave. The internet, being the internet, erupted. Social media became a battleground of opinions, with some praising Trump's audacity while others condemned his insensitivity. Hashtags like #TrumpPope and #disrespectful trended for days. It was a digital tempest in a holy water font, if you will. Buckle up, folks, because this is where things get interesting. Catholic leaders were less than amused, to put it mildly. The New York State Catholic Conference, representing a state with a significant Catholic population, issued a scathing statement. They called the image disrespectful and deeply offensive, particularly in light of the solemn period following the Pope's death and the upcoming conclave. And it wasn't just religious figures who took offense. Former Trump allies like Anthony Scaramucci, never one to mince words, slammed the former president. Arrogant, disgraceful, and tone-deaf were just a few of the choice adjectives Scaramucci used to describe the stunt. It seemed even some who had once stood by Trump's side found this latest antic impossible to defend. But wait, there's more! Because as with most things Trump, this wouldn't be complete without a healthy dose of political posturing. Enter Vice President J.D. Vance, a staunch Trump loyalist, who leaped to the former president's defense. Vance dismissed the backlash, framing the image as a harmless joke and prioritizing humor over what he deemed to be more harmful policies. He even went so far as to contrast the joke with the Iraq War, a thinly veiled jab at Bill Kristol, who had also criticized Trump's actions. Now, I'm all for a good laugh, but there's a fine line between satire and sacrilege, and Trump, with his signature grace, tap danced all over it. The timing, the context, the sheer absurdity of it all, it reeked of desperation, a cry for attention from a man who can't stand to be out of the spotlight, even as the Catholic world mourns. And let's talk about this whole humor defense, shall we? Because apparently, when it comes to Trump and his supporters, any and all criticism can be hand-waved away as an overreaction to a joke. But here's the thing about jokes. They're supposed to be funny. And there's nothing remotely amusing about exploiting the death of a religious leader for cheap laughs and social media engagement. But amidst the political grandstanding and the cries of fake outrage, let's not lose sight of the real issue here: the ethical implications of using AI in such a way. This isn't just about one man's questionable taste in digital manipulation. It's about the increasingly blurred lines between reality and fabrication, the erosion of trust in a world where seeing is no longer believing. We're living in an age where technology is advancing at a breakneck pace, and our ethical frameworks are struggling to keep up. AI, for all its potential benefits, presents a whole new set of challenges. When anyone can create realistic images and videos with the click of a button, what happens to our sense of truth? This isn't just a hypothetical question anymore. We've already seen how AI-generated deepfakes have been used to spread misinformation and sow discord. Trump's papal image might seem like a harmless prank in comparison, but it's part of a larger trend that should give us all pause. As we navigate this brave new world of artificial intelligence, it's crucial that we have a serious conversation about the ethical implications of this technology. We need to establish clear boundaries and guidelines for its use, particularly when it comes to matters of public discourse and political satire, because if we don't, we risk creating a world where truth is nothing more than a matter of opinion, and reality itself becomes a digital free-for-all. And on that cheery note, I'll leave you with this thought: if a former president can Photoshop himself into the Pope's shoes with the help of AI, what's next? The possibilities, as they say, are both endless and terrifying.